Welcome to A Christian in the World of Texts, where commitment to Christian orthodoxy meets open serious scholarship. Here we explore the Bible, literary art, and world literature with curiosity, depth, and passion. In the previous video, I discussed the semiotic nature of our whole lives and existence in this world, and I mentioned that we do not directly relate to the world as it is, but through our five senses: sight, hearing, touch, smell, and taste. We cannot perceive the world as it is, but we inevitably perceive it as something else. We interpret things and events according to our understanding or worldview. Our knowledge, experience, and most of all our language form a lens through which we see the world around us. The way our language conceptualizes things and differentiates between various categories and their elements shapes our thinking and perception. Jan Zimmerman explains how languages express an experience of the same sense differently. In English, I am cold. In French, I have cold, j'ai froid. And in German, it is cold to me, mir ist kalt. While relating the same sense experience of coldness, each linguistic variation expresses a different relation of the self to the world. To this I can add that in Arabic the verb feel is used for this sense experience. أنا أشعر بالبرد literally means I am feeling the cold. In Turkish you use a different verb, üşümek. Üşüyorum means I'm affected by the absence, insufficiency, or loss of heat. The conclusion is that the language we use inevitably shapes how we relate to sense experience and how we express it to others. Our perception of the world and our thought depends on an intricate linguistic web of words and concepts that develop historically over time. Words and terms we inherit through our upbringing provide guiding concepts for our recognition of meaningful human experience. Language is not a tool to name objects in the world, but the very lens through which we understand the world and ourselves. Each language can be viewed as a world, and learning another language is like traveling to a new planet and discovering a different world. Even closely related languages such as Ukrainian and Russian have contrasting concepts and form different perceptions of reality in their speakers. The concept of holiday or festival such as Easter or Passover is a good example to demonstrate this difference. In Ukrainian, as in English, a holiday is associated with the concept of holiness, свято, whereas in Russian it is associated with the concept of idleness, праздник. In Georgian, the term used for a holiday consists of two words, day, dre, and miracle, sastsauli. Thus, we have dre sastsauli, day miracle. A holiday is associated with a day related to a miracle. Sometimes, conceptual differences have a bearing on the deeper layers of meaning in literary works. A good example is the title of Dostoevsky's famous novel Crime and Punishment. The Russian word translated as crime is преступление. In judicial terminology, this Russian term is the direct equivalent of the English crime. However, the concept is associated with the verb переступать, which is widely used in modern Russian in the meaning of overstepping something, and crime is viewed as crossing or stepping over a boundary. The closest English concept is trespass, but in modern English it is used in the sense of entering a person's land or property without their permission. Therefore, it cannot be used for someone committing murder. The English word crime does not express the association with the main character's murder as crossing a boundary, and therefore cannot make the same impression on English readers as the word преступление makes on Russian readers. The Ukrainian language does not have a suitable equivalent for expressing this layer of meaning either. The equivalent for crime is zloчин, which consists of two words, zlo, evil, and чин, deed, evil deed. We could use the cognate Ukrainian word переступ, which comes from the verb переступити, to step over, but it is an archaic word, and it's used very rarely in the modern Ukrainian language, and it means stepping over, but not exactly crime. It does not have that judicial sense. We Ukrainians have our own lens through which we view crime. For us, it is associated with evil more than with overstepping. In Arabic, two terms are used for crime, jarima and jinaya. Neither of them reproduces the effect of the Russian преступление, because they are associated with the concepts of harvesting, reaping, and picking fruits. I wonder if these Arabic words can somehow be related to Adam and Eve's picking of the forbidden fruit in the Garden of Eden. These two Arabic words made their way to the Azerbaijani language. Jinayet is used as the main term for crime, in general, judicial term for crime, while jerime means fine, paying fine. And modern Turkish uses the Turkic term suç for crime, while the word jinayet is used only in the narrow sense of murder. Different languages conceptualize reality differently, creating unique perceptions of the world. Languages borrow words from other languages, but their original meaning is often forgotten. People in Azerbaijan, Iran, and Turkey use the word kurban for sacrifice, but they usually don't relate it to the concept of closeness, approaching God, drawing near to Him. However, the speakers of Hebrew and Arabic easily make this connection, because the consonant sounds ka, r, b represent the concept of closeness in their language. Similarly, the connection between the Hebrew rachamim, mercies, or Arabic raham, mercy, or rahma, can be related to their cognates rechem in Hebrew and raham in Arabic, which mean the womb, thus presenting an image of compassion, mercy, as something like a mother's protective love for the child in her womb. When I studied ancient Hebrew, I made fascinating discoveries of how the world looks from its lens. For example, Hebrew has no singular for face, but it is always plural, faces, panim. And this Hebrew concept covers the English concepts of front and presence. The phrase literally in the faces of God may mean before God or in God's presence. Similarly, water in Hebrew mayim is always plural. It has no singular. It's always waters. We Ukrainians too have some words that are always in plural, in like гроші, money, шахи, chess, сутінки, twilight, and some coincide with the English ones, for instance glasses, окуляри, but in both languages they're always plural, or jeans, джинси, plural. When I first discovered that the Persian word for potato is sib zamini, apple of the earth, I was surprised, because I could never imagine someone could view a potato as a kind of apple. Later, when I learned French, I discovered the same view of potatoes there, la pomme de terre, apple of the earth. All human languages are worlds, even universes. They resemble musical pieces and visual art because they have melodic and rhythmic patterns, and they paint different images of the world. However, as a Christian, I believe the ancient Hebrew language has played a special role because the beginning of human history was transmitted to us in the book of Genesis, which was written in Hebrew. In the next video, we will discuss some questions related to this language, ancient Hebrew. Thank you for watching. If this reflection was meaningful, feel free to subscribe and continue the journey. Until next time, keep reading and keep seeking.